Okay guys, I'm super stoked. I'm getting ready to load up the truck. We're getting ready to head to Moab, but man, these lights turned out awesome. I just kind of want to give you guys a little idea of what we had going on with the lights. I mean, they look awesome. Obviously, I think they have a good look. I love the amber lenses on there. I think that really sets it off. And if you guys know anything about these trucks and with the lights that they have, they're not super bright, especially underneath the truck when you're wheeling. But man, Baja Designs really came through and made a really good product. These pod lights, the little S1s that go underneath, these things are bad to the bone. I love that they're really small package, but they work really good and they're really bright. I love the light bar. I think it looks awesome. I'm probably going to end up getting about 4 more of these little pod lights, the S1s, and put them in the other corners to give me even more coverage. But for the time being, this is going to work great. And I think these lights with the amber lenses are really going to shine on this trip when we do some night wheeling. So let's get the app pulled up. This is so cool, guys. I got my phone out. Boom. Go over here to my app. Hit SPod. This is how cool it is, guys. It connects up to it. You just can't beat this. I think it's so cool that they made it where you don't have to have, you know, a legitimate switch in there. So boom, I hit the bumper, turn it on. Maybe. There we go. Look at that. Boom. It connects. Whoa, isn't that cool? Turn all the lights on. Oh, it's so awesome. I love how these things are set up. It's too easy. Look at this. Turn them all on. We got the light bar on the back. Boom. Turn them off. Looking good, guys. You really can't beat the quality of the lights. I'm not sure how you get any different lights than these, just how well they're made and how bright they are. Like, look at those fender wells. They just turned on. They look good. Man, I just love how easy this thing is to light up all 4 corners. Super stoked, guys. I can't wait to get out and go wheeling with this thing, but man, it's going to be sweet. Big thanks to Tim, Rally Innovations, for helping me get set up with this, for the S8 work scene LED light bar, and the S1 pods, the little small ones that go as the rock lights, the Source wireless LT. This thing is great. It worked out good. And then I got the pair of the LP6s. Man, these are great. That's what's on the front here, and they turned out awesome. And then they're backlit in blue. It's kind of hard to see, but I'll turn it off where you can kind of see the backlight. So whenever you turn my running lights on, just turn that on by itself. It's actually blue back there. And if you take the amber lenses off, it's even better. But I'm stoked about it. I think that it's going to turn out really good on the trail, especially at night. Appreciate you guys hanging in there and watching. This is Caleb's Off-Road and Fabrication. If you guys are into building cool rigs, having a good time and wheeling, stick around. Okay, guys, I'm back in the shop. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for following along on this build on this square body. I really appreciate all the love and support. Today's video, I'm going to be working on installing the wiring and the harness and the lights on my square body from Baja Designs. Big shout out to Tim, Rally Innovations, for getting me hooked up with these awesome lights. So I kind of want to give you guys options, what you can do and how you can get them mounted. Baja Designs, I don't know if you guys are in tune with what they have going on, but they're one of the best in the business, if not the best in the business. Awesome lights, good quality. You really can't beat it. So anyways, I've got a set of the LP6. These are really cool, guys. The LP6 LEDs, they're the pros, and they have a blue backlight to match the blue of the square body. And then I also have the 20-inch light bar, which is up there in the back. So pretty stoked about that. On another video, guys, I showed how these lights right here got mounted and how I made brackets for them. This is the bracket that Baja sends with these lights, and these things are just awesome. They work really good, they're stout, and they're not going anywhere, guys. I mean, look how tight they are. So I'm gonna be working on getting them mounted up. I'm also gonna be working on explaining the wiring and how the wiring works, because sometimes when you get these, there's different lighting options out there, and the thing I like about Baja Designs is they send you, if you want it, the wiring harness, so you're able to choose the way you want to go with wiring up your truck. So whether you're going to go with an SPod, which is what I went with, or you want to make your own harness from scratch, they send you the stuff you need to make sure that you can get the job done, and it's not a bunch of crazy instructions that you can't understand. I really like that a lot. I love how simple they make it, and they have great support. If you have any issues, you can give them a call and they get you lined out really quick. So they give you their 1-800 number, and they actually get you to talk to a person, which I do like a lot. So let's just go over this. So what I'm dealing with here, this is the Source LT. And this is a 36-inch long unit, which refers to the length of this cable right here that goes to your battery. So why did I go with the Source LT, the 6-switch harness and SPod? Why did I go with that? Well, the reason that I went with that is Tim gave me, good advice and told me this is the way to go. But really, the reason I went with it is because it simplifies the wiring, and it makes it so much easier whenever you're going over your truck, because I already have a ton of wiring on my truck for the different systems on the truck and wheeling and having all those things on there. I don't want to make a ton more wire mess on my truck, so this makes it way more simpler. And really, in essence, you literally have 2 wires running from what you're powering, the lights, to the SPod, a power and a ground. That's it. And so here's how it works. You have an SPod, which it has a power in and a ground, which is going to go from your battery on your truck, and then it's going to go to your battery. This is what the inside of the SPod looks like. So it has a fuse for all these circuits, and then what's great about it, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look down in here, every single one of these is labeled. So this would be switch 1. This is the ground for switch 1. Switch 2, the ground for switch 2. So you have 6 circuits and up to 40 amps per circuit that you can power on this. So it's really nice. You can go with the externally mounted, which I can show you guys in some of the diagrams here. You can go with a SPod controller of your choice, but the cool thing about this is it's a wireless one. You don't have to have a switch panel and mount it. What's cool is you can download the app on your phone, and you don't have to worry about mounting some bulky bulkhead up on top of the dash or near the windshield. That's a way of the past. You have an app on your phone. You can control this from anywhere as long as your truck has power. So in Louis Vuitton, I have the 8 switch with the 8 SPod, in which it works good, but I like the app. The app works really good, and it's the way of the future. It's just way more reliable. So let me go over some of the wiring harnesses. So this is the wiring harness for the light bar. The part number on this is 640094. So this is just for the 20-inch light bar. The 20-inch light bar is an S8. What's cool about that is when they send you this wiring harness, you can either choose to use the actual wiring harness that it comes with, or you can make your own. So I'm going to end up using this because it has a weather-tight plug, and it literally has all the information for it. So this is the wiring for that. Super easy, guys. So you got black, that's your chassis ground. You got white, which is the on and off, and then the control. So you literally have 3 different choices. That's it. So if you want to go back with the toggle switch, you can do that. You can do the backlight. You can do just power the high beams on or off. So the other thing is I also have another harness that goes to the front lights and ties that all in. That is a 640172, and that's what powers both of these LP6 Pros. Now they also have a backlight. So On this harness that I'm going to show you guys, it has 3 circuits on it that you power up. So it's going to have a red, it's going to have a black, and it's going to have a yellow. So what's cool and what you don't read, this is just an insider tip here, you can wire it up. It comes with a relay. It comes with power, which I'll show you guys that. Looks like a bunch of wire mess, but I promise you it's not. Let's get this all laid out. Okay, so on this wiring harness, you have a relay, which is if you're going from scratch, you want a relay. You got your toggle switch for high, low, and off in the middle. And then you also have chassis ground black and fused power to the battery. So what's nice about that is if you guys don't want to buy an SPod, you just buy this harness and you're able to wire up to, as long as you have a battery, you can get this thing wired in and you don't have to mess with the SPod. But I like the SPod because it makes everything more simple and less wires. So let me show you what you guys can do. So this goes out to each pod light. So just think, this is my left pod light connector. Right here, it's a Deutz connector that is weather tight with the O-ring on it. So there's not gonna be any dirt or water getting into it, so that's good. That's the left side. Then you also have the right side. So that's at the front of the truck. You have plenty of harness. And then you also have the marker light, which is the backlight, what they're calling the backlight. I'm gonna hook this into my running lights. It's yellow. And whenever I hook that in, whenever I turn my running lights on, all the backlights on the light are going to light up and it's going to be blue and the other lights won't be on. So bonus thing, once you have it wired up like that, if you want to dim the lights down, the main power of the lights, you can actually go on your app and you can dim the light by sliding the bar over and making it brighter or less bright, depending on where you're at or what you're doing, or completely turn them off. And then if you just want the blue lights as a backlight, you just turn your marker lights on, boom, on the yellow, and got that hooked up, and boom, it's on. So the app also makes it to where you don't have to have a circuit just for the low side and the high side and the marker light. So keep that in mind as well. So I opted to get this harness because I like how good quality this thing was made. I mean, and I'll be able to use this on something else. This is already pre-wired. It's got a 30 amp relay with a 3-pole switch. So I'll be able to use that. But for my needs, I am just going to run this to the marker lights. And then I'm going to run these up to the front. And that's going to hook into each pod light. So no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and get that wired up. I also got my rock lights in from Baja Designs. These are really cool. You can see they're packaged kind of nice because they're small and easy to fit into your fender wells, so you can see whenever you're night wheeling. This is a S1 light, and it also has the blue backlight in it, so I can have it blue or white, whichever one. So I had Craig yesterday go, and he actually put some nut certs in right up there in the tubing, so we can get those mounted today. And yesterday I worked on putting in more of the SPod wiring. I've got most of that done, so I'm happy with that. This is where it's going to end up living. It's right here. I just got this sitting on there for now, but it's up out of the way. The hood will still be able to close. Couple things on mounting this. They want you to put it in a place where it's, primarily dry and out of the way. I picked up here because eventually I will have a fender well in here of some kind, but just maybe not this trip. But anyways, what I love about the SPod is you literally have 2 connections for the power and the ground. So it specifically says in the book, whenever you guys are mounting the SPod, to run the power wire, which is right here, directly to a 12-volt battery source. So this is going up to my fuse block where I have a 6-gauge wire running up to the fuse block, and it goes straight to the battery. So I also have the fuse, which it's 100 amp right here. I'm going to mount that right here on the fender, so I'll be able to change that out just worst case scenario. And then I mounted the ground right down here on the chassis. So it's got a good chassis ground, and it's not going to have any issues. The great thing about this as well on the SPod is, depending on which one you get, whether it's a 6, 6 different spots, or an 8, you'll be able to hook in that many circuits. So if you lift this up, super simple, guys. The SPod itself has a place for a ground, and it also has a place for the power. And then you also have your positive coming in from your battery and the negative. And then it has a fuse, over here for the functionality of it. And then it has a switch to either run wireless, or if you want to run it to the remote that they have where you can mount it in your cab. So each one of these power ground is one circuit. So you literally don't have to have any other wiring on this vehicle with the SPod until you get to the part where you got to run your wires to what you're powering. And then again, you still only have to have a power and a ground. So it's super simple, super easy. There's not much to it. I ended up making my own harnesses because I wanted to simplify this. Like I've said previously, you can use the harnesses that it comes with, but it has its own relay, and it kind of takes place of the SPod for the Baja design lights, which is really nice when you're starting from scratch. But when you got an SPod and you're simplifying your wiring, you don't have to have all that, and you can go straight to this, and you only have to run a power and a ground. So keep that in mind. If you're going to order lights, it will possibly come with the wiring that you may need, but at the end of the day, you only need a power and a ground. And on these specific lights, with me using the app, you guys can go to the app store and get the SPod app. This is the wireless SPod that you can change the switch over to do wireless, and then when you turn your app on, it controls the dimming of the lights or full power. You can change that on the app, which is really nice, so you don't have to have 3 wires. You only have to have 2 wires, because on some of the on the Baja design lights, it has a low beam port, a high beam, a ground, and then it has also your backlight. So what's nice is I hooked my backlight, which is the blue that I was telling you guys about. I hooked that up to my running lights. So when I turn my running lights on, the blue lights come on. That'll be all the way around the truck. And then I only had to hook up a ground and a high beam because I'm able to get on my app, and I'm able to bring down the brightness of the light with the slide bar on the app. So if you guys are interested in that and you get the wireless SPod in the 6 or the 8, you're able to control all of that from your app. You don't have to have the switch panel like the old SPods, or have to run extra wiring inside of your cab and drill holes, which is super nice. I like that because I got a lot of stuff in my cab already, and I don't need any more help with packaging more stuff inside my truck. So if you don't really want the app, or if you're not a person that likes apps, you can actually buy separately the control panel that has the 6 switches. It's called the SPod mini switch. You can buy that, and you can still hook it in. Right here, it has the port for it. So you run it up through here, and then you hook it in right there. So not a big deal. If you guys are like, hey, I want the switch no matter what, no big deal. You can still use it, but it's just nice to have the option to be able to use it on the app. So I'm running all my wires right now. Only thing I have left is my rock lights, which is going to be right here and right here for the front of the truck. So I've got all the other wires ran. You can kind of see, got to get some oil dry, but you can see where I made this harness myself out of some of the heavy duty wiring sheathing that I got. And I'm sealing it all up and shrink wrapping it. Kind of looks like a mess right now because there's a lot of stuff going on, but that's how it looks whenever you're getting ready for a trip. You're just trying to hammer down and do all you can. So I'm going to get started on hooking some of these lights up and running these wires, and we'll get back with you guys here in a second. All right, if you guys know anything about putting on fasteners, you guys have probably seen these riv nuts. it worked really good. This particular one is a 3/8 16, and this is the tool. It's actually from Amazon. It works really good. You tighten this down, you drill a hole out to the approximate size. This riv nut, it calls for a 9/16 hole, and so I'm gonna go ahead and drill it up here. I really like the way this is. It's super clean. It sucks this down. It just, once the hole gets drilled and then you push that in there, it actually rivets it to inside of the tube, which is gonna work great for me because then I won't have to worry about having to drill all the way through the tube. It's just way cleaner, guys, and I really like the way that looks. So I got my really nice Temu drill bit here. It works great. These little bits are awesome. They, believe it or not, they're good quality. I can't believe how well they cut holes into, especially this super thin wall tubing. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these holes drilled. Let's get it going. Show you what we got going on. So I got this hole punch. This thing's really nice. Got this off the Matco truck. You just spring forwards, man, it just bam, makes a nice little indention. Perfectly gets it where you need to go for your drill bit and drills it right in. So my goal is, I could put it underneath. I guess I could do that. If I put it underneath, it kind of takes some of my visibility away. I kind of like the way that looks. I think it's really clean if I do it that way. If I do it up here, I think it's going to be a little taller and I can angle it down a little bit and leave me some room. But if I look across here, it's actually not any higher. I don't like it on top. I think that's not good. I think I might go underneath. So let me check that real quick. That might be the ticket underneath. I think underneath's the way to go. So that's how everything works. You think, oh, that's going to be perfect. Then you put it up there and you look at it and you're like, oh man, that's definitely the way to go. All right, I like that. So that looks pretty good right there. Yeah. And kind of want to split the difference with it and get the same amount between the two. That way it looks like it's supposed to. Get it marked. Looks like we're about the same there. Now, look underneath here and see what our holes look like. See if they're about the same. Drilling underneath ain't as bad, but there we go. Okay, so now, what's nice about the drill bit action here is that little indention. It really helps keep your drill bit in the right spot. All right, so another thing I do on this, like if I know there's a certain hole that I want to get to, see where I take my permanent marker and I wrap around all the way around where the 9/16 is. That's so I know how far to get this thing to go. Because once these things start eating, they start eating, if you know what I mean. There it is. All right. See how that fits in there. Hopefully looks like we might have went a little bit too much, but hopefully it'll fit. Ooh, might have to. Boy, those metal pieces are hot. don't know if my drill's liking that. Oh, it's because it was stuck on a different speed. All right, let's try that. That's not the speed we want. Woo! Man, those metal shavings are hot. That one's definitely going to be tight. Let's see what happens here. So we might have to switch it over. I mean, I didn't think about that. Oops. Oh, let's see what happens. It's starting to go. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See how that looks. Oh yeah. Yeah, that spread out good. Cool. So there's one down. Okay, so one part about this is probably it should go in there, which I might have to go a little bit more than I want to. Little at a time, right? It's kind of in the way of my I need to go just a little more. Alright, gotta go now. Oh yeah, she's in there now. Not in the easiest spot to get to, for sure. But sometimes the easiest stuff ain't the best looking either. Okay, all right, let's see how our test fit's going here. Oh, I love these ball hog design lights though. These are sweet. So cool. A couple of those threaded in. Let's see where we're at here. Oh yeah, good. Bad. So what we're going to do, just to help our case out here, I'm going to loosen this bracket up just a little bit because I was going to have to adjust it anyways. Let's just loosen her up, give us some give us some slack to work with here. Then we'll tighten it all down and we'll be good to go. Oh yeah, there we go. See how easy that went in? Heck yeah. Okay. It's nice having the top of the pickup to be able to work on stuff, because you got your own little toolbox and tool holder up there. It's awesome. All right, got me a lock nut on there, so I don't have to worry about that coming out. These lights look awesome. Oh, those lights look good. Okay, so I can get my other socket here and adjust this thing down just a hair. Let's go. Man, that looks bomb. Look at that, guys. Man, that looks good. I like it. It's not actually below my window, so I'm not going to lose anything there, but that's going to add so much light to the back of this thing, which, you know, me carrying all the stuff that I do on here, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think I'll be able to kind of hide the wires too. Bring them down and around right here. Go down, hook them up. So I like that. Can't complain about that. That's awesome. Looks really good. Okay, so whenever you get one of these Baja Designs, the S1 lights, you're going to get this wiring harness that comes in the box. So like I previously stated, it's going to come with if you don't have an SPod, it's going to come with the power and ground to hook it up to your car's battery, the relay, so it's, you know, good and safe for use. And then also it has the on-off button that is, you know, helps you turn it on and off, and you don't have to have the SPod. And then it also has provisions for 2 different lights. So each one of these S1 lights comes with 2, you know, rock lights, which is what I'm using them for, little pods, small lights. And so every one of them comes with this. Now, the only thing for me, since I'm using the SPod, the only thing for me that I'm going to end up using is just the ends that are the Deutsch connectors, so it's good and tight, and you don't have to worry about any water getting in there. So I'm making up my own harnesses for the front, just like I did the back. And so what that means is I don't need the relay, and I don't need the power on and off to the battery, because I have the SPod, which controls all that. So all I need is the ends, a positive and a ground to each light on the front, and I'm good to go. So I'm going to get these last 2 rock lights in the front wired up, and it'll be ready to go. All right, guys, so now I'm at the point to where I've got everything wired in. I've got my battery hooked up to the SPod, and everything's like it's supposed to be. So you can see here, every single one of these circuits is hooked up with a power and a ground all the way through, and I got them all full. So the SPod is very particular about how you get it started. So I'll kind of go through you guys with you guys. I'll go through it and show you what we got going on here. So the instructions are very clear about this. So it has a really cool function on it that is actually called the low voltage cutoff. So whenever you have this is the little red pin that's in the top of the circuit here, when it's in pin 2 and 3, which is all the way to the right, that's in the low voltage cutoff mode. So what that does is, if you're running your lights or something happens and your truck just sitting there without anything running and it gets to where it's below 11.6 volts, it actually cuts off the SPod and all the lights so you don't drop voltage and you can't get your truck started or drain your battery completely. So I think that's a great idea because, you know, stuff happens, you forget about it, you might go inside for the night and fall asleep. Well, at least you know the next morning, you know, or worst case scenario, someone turns it on, you forget about it, you can at least start your truck up one more time. So I like that a lot. So it's pretty particular about also how to get this thing set up. So first thing you do is you're going to go into the App Store and download the SPod app on your phone. It says with the app closed and off, the dip switch, which this is what the dip switch is, it is right here, and it literally has a simple thing that says off and on. Just going to see if I can get a light for you guys, but it says off and on right here. You leave that off. So it says when the app's closed and off, flip the dip switch on and then off in a quick succession to put the source LT into pairing mode for 60 seconds. So we don't have the app open right now, and it is off right now. So what I'm going to do is work on that for you guys so we can kind of go over that. So I am going to open up my app real quick here in just a second. I've got it pulled up on here. Here's the SPod app right here on my phone. So while the app is closed and off, flip the dip switch on, flip this thing on and then off, and we're going to hit the SPod, hit setup, and it's going to scan. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so we're going to pair to that. It says pairing request, pairing with. So it's going through right now. It's scanning, connecting to. Enter the code shown on the SPod link. 278. All right, so it's paired. So it should work now. So let's see what happens. Wow, so it has all, you can even name what switch it is, and you can dim it. So I was telling you guys, we have red, green, and blue on the switch. Let's see which ones these are. Oh, there we go. There's the lights. So that's switch 1. And then I just hit it and turn it off. Look at that. Look how bright those are, guys. Wow. So that's the front. Oh, those look good. Man, those are bright. Okay, so there's that one. So we can type in what the name of that is on the app right here, what actually name we're going to put it under. So let's put in here front pods. Let's do bumper pods because I have pods underneath too. Okay. All right, bumper pods. Let's see. Switch 2. Which one is that? Wow, those are bright. Let's see what that is. See what we got going on here. All right, so that's the light bar in the back. So we're going to turn the front ones off. Boy, this is working great. Front one's off, and then we're going to go back here. This is the light bar in the back, I believe. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh, that's super bright. My Lord. Whoa, that is bright. This is pretty cool. So I'm going to go in here. Let's see. Trying to see. That's bright. All right, so then that's for my backlights. So there's the rock lights that are underneath. So 5 and 4 is for the rock lights underneath. Those are looking good. Turn those off and on. And we got that one. We got one of them that is not working. Let's see. So we got one that ain't doing anything. But anyways, that's kind of how it works. I need to kind of mess with this app a little bit, and you can actually change it up. I kind of need to see what it is, but you can see how easy, once you get it all set up, just how quick it is to work on the app and turn everything on. So, I mean, this thing, that works awesome. Those are super bright. So, man, look at all these switches. You got source 1, source 2. I can actually go to another source. I don't know why that one's not working, but we're gonna have to work on it. Here we are, guys. We're working waves. We're doing good here. I'm gonna keep on messing with it. I'll get right back with you. Okay, all in all, guys, this is really a easy install for the wiring that I like, and I don't like very much wiring at all. This was super simple, and I got it all working now, so I'll show you. We'll get back on it here. I love how easy it is. I mean, it's got an app. You put whatever you want to on it. I've already started kind of labeling them. I mean, boom, hit it, they turn on. Nothing to it. You can dim them. I mean, there's so much you can do with these lights. Let me look how bright those are. And we got the light bar in the back. I mean, it's going to take the truck off-road on another level. Just be able to see everything. I mean, it is, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but that's super bright. Got all the rock lights. Man, those look good. I will have to say I probably will end up buying another set of these S1s. I think they're going to be really nice because I'll be able to, put it on the back here, facing down this way, and then here on the front. I'm also going to get some that are pointed from the back here, pointing down, because right now, if I turn all these on, you can actually hit all off at the same time, but boom, they're all on. That's pretty bright. I mean, that thing, it's daylight, and that's lighting it up good. So I think it works really good, guys. If you are interested in this, you can reach out to Tim at Rally Innovations. Look them up on Instagram, Facebook. They're awesome. They're a dealer for all Baja Design lights and brackets and SPods. This thing worked awesome. All I got to do now is throw my cover back on, and she's ready to rock and roll. There's just really nothing to it, guys. Like I said, I don't enjoy wiring at all. I don't know anybody who looks forward to it, but for what this is, it went super smooth. And the most time that I spent working on this was me making the wiring harnesses and routing the wiring harnesses that I made, because I wanted to put them in a kind of a tight spot on the truck itself. So the brackets from Baja Design, stainless steel with stainless steel hardware, you can't beat it, guys. It's just awesome quality. I haven't seen any lights that are comparable for brightness and how well they go on the truck. I mean, it looks good. Obviously, looks awesome. The other part that I like is whenever you're able to put the backlighting on. Like, I hooked my backlights up to blue, so whenever I got my running lights on, my lights turn blue. I think that looks awesome. It just, man, it looks popping. Love it. Man, it looks good. So I got it in the back as well. So if I do it, I can just have it on the light bar, and I can actually change the color. So right now it's orange. I can actually change that and get it to blue. No big deal. So if you guys are interested in lights, highly recommend hitting up Baja Designs. They make an awesome product. And I've seen them for years. I've just never had the opportunity to be able to get a set of lights, and I kind of went all out. And actually, I want a few more. But this is going to be cool for night wheeling and for making the truck stand out even more. I just really think it has a good look to it. And it's going to make my truck brighter off-road, just easier. And be able to do some night wheeling. I can see where I'm going. That's a huge benefit whenever you're trying to see where things are at with the rocks. You're able to look at it, and it's no big deal because it's right there. So appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for giving me a shot, guys. This has been a long time coming, and we're a couple days away from heading to Moab for Easter Jeep Safari, full-size invasion, guys. Hang in there. We'll see you out on the trail. This is Caleb's Off-Road and Fabrication. If you guys are into building cool rigs, having a good time, and wheeling, stick around.